Welcome to the channel. I've got a really interesting piece of work here. This is the kind of work as a builder, stroke carpenter, stroke roofer, we get offered to do from time to time. Now this is a little bit unusual, and quite often I wouldn't take on a job like this because it is fraught with difficulty and liability, and none of us need that in our lives at the moment. We've just had a drought, an amazing heat wave, yet the rain is just about to come back. Indeed, last night was the first proper day of rain after about 8 weeks, I believe, and we've had at least an inch of rain overnight. Doesn't sound a lot, but actually it is quite a lot. Now, we're thankful for that, but this particular problem revolves around roof glazing. Loads and loads of people have been having roof glazing, especially in the last 10 years. Lanterns, conservatories, orangeries, you name it, it's become very fashionable. But the trouble is there are a lot of things that can go wrong, partly due to adverse weather and freaky experiences like we've been having in the last 18 months, and partly due to the fact that it was just under-engineered or not thought through. Now in our case, what we've got to do here is we've got a small covered way, okay? It was a space between two parts of the building. So we've got the kitchen and we've got a bedroom, and then in between they quite neatly filled the space in, which is like a boot room, okay? And there's an appliance out there and that sort of stuff. So it's an unheated space, but it's perfect for all of the things you need to do. Come in the back door, you know, get your coats and boots off and all the rest of it. They put a really nice lantern on top. Now it's formed by a proper aluminium box section gutter, which is fixed all round the existing fascia board. It's a really nice detail. Then attached to the top of that is the lantern. The lantern's screwed down to that, and basically it collects all the rainwater. The rainwater then tips out of the front along a box section of gutter and joins into the existing downpipe. Now it works okay all the time there are no leaves falling. As soon as the leaves fall, they get clogged up because there's no space to actually clean the gutters out. They fill the gutters up, the rain comes along, it overwhelms the gutters, and the water comes inside, and it's a real problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to completely remove the glass. We're going to take the lantern off. We're going to leave the aluminium gutter section in because it would serve two purposes. First of all, during construction, if we get a downfall, there's no way we can cover everything up here. We'd be climbing on those clay tile roofs, we'd be breaking the tiles. Also, if we wanted to put a temporary roof over here, that's big money. Forget about it for a job as small as this. So the plan is we will choose a good dry day. We will take off all of the existing glazing, we'll set that aside. Then we'll prepare something to cover the space up, okay, some protection. So it could be a big sheet of ply with some plastic attached to it that we can drop on in the event of some rain. Now, the existing gutter that goes around will catch anything off the roofs and get rid of it, which will enable us a bit of time to get the job done. So that's the plan. We're going to get up there, take a few measurements. We're going to have a look at what we've got to do to get all of this off, see how well stuck down it is. There's a lot of aluminium trims that have been glued on that have got to come off, but I think the solution that we've got by leaving the gutter in situ, it's a beautiful, solid, welded aluminium section. It's lovely and strong. We can integrate that into our new flat roof structure. We're then going to board it and insulate it. We will have an upstand, and then we'll have a lantern on the top of that. We're going to be using a Korniche lantern. It's my go-to lantern for a number of reasons. A, they're beautiful to look at. B, they're cost effective. And C, they are really, really straightforward to fix. That's what we're going to be putting back on, but we're going to be having a decent upstand and a space to get around, maintain the roofs and everything else. So this is a Korniche lantern. It's exactly the same as I'm going to be fitting. Now, the upstand that I referred to is this section, okay? And I like to have a minimum of 150 millimeters, okay? There are some suggestions that that is a rule, or it should be a rule. A lot of times people don't give yourselves enough. And for 99% of the time, this should never create a problem. But there are times where that could simply be overwhelmed. If you haven't got enough upstand, your gutters are blocked in a flat roof, the chances are it could be overwhelmed. With a Korniche, the overall dimensions, the width or the length, our upstand needs to finish that width with the roof coverings, okay? So if you make your upstand, the timber side of it, the same length and width, when you put your coverings over, you don't get a very nice relationship between here and here. So the idea is, with the base section, if you like, that gets bonded down on a continuous bead of sealant, and that's the only sealant that you use in the installation of a Korniche window. They're brilliant. These are ones at home at my house. I've had nothing wrong with them at all. So yes, I'm going to get on. Now, I hope you enjoyed this part one. Check back for part two, where we start making, dismantling, getting Simon in to do the Alwitra section of the roof, and just to see how we get on with this awkward but interesting project.